You're listening to a Loot Dummies podcast, LOOTdummies.com. Venture into the primal lands of Amotria on an epic D&D journey with your hosts, Seth, Sam, and your Dungeon Master, Taylor. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. If you don't follow us on social media or you haven't seen our recent posts, you're probably wondering what this is that you're listening to. Welcome to our brand new show, Dungeons & Dragons and Dummies, the Primal Lands of Amotria. We're super excited to share this with you. If you've been a patron over at patreon.com/lootdummies, you have already had the chance to listen to about 20 episodes of this show. This is a brand new campaign, homebrewed by me, Taylor, and it features Seth and Sam as our main two characters, with a few other characters coming in and out as their stories intersect with Seth and Sam's. If you join us over on patreon.com/lootdummies, like I said, we're about 20 episodes ahead over there on Patreon, and also those episodes are a little bit less edited. There's a little bit more like pre and post show talking back and forth about what we just did and that sort of thing. So check us out over there. Also, there is a session 0 for this campaign where you can hear us roll stats and discuss our characters at length over on Patreon as well. This is going to be book 1 of a brand new full-length campaign, just like the Unstable Evolution campaign. If you've been listening in chronological order, which is the way we recommend it, book 2 just finished. So you know what happened. I'm not going to spoil it here, but book 2 is over. We will be playing a book 3 with brand new characters. It will be Seth, myself, Taylor, and Joey joining Sam again for Unstable Evolution book 3. So the story is not done there. But for now, let's venture into the primal lands. All right. I want to set the scene. I want to bring you into the world of Amotria, and we're going to set it up and get it rolling right here. We're going to meet our characters and find them in the world that they inhabit. Y'all are going to have to really put on your listening caps, okay? This is a major lore dump incoming.
Lore dump.
Lore dump incoming. Welcome to the world of Amotria. A world with sprawling continents, diverse landscapes and ecosystems, and your classic pantheon of gods and goddesses. Our story will take place on a giant continent called the Primal Lands. The Primal Lands are almost entirely inhabited by dozens of different tribes consisting of various animal folk humanoids. Most of the tribes are comprised of similar races of people, or races that one would normally find existing together in harmony in the world. The Primal Lands are totally devoid of humans, elves, dwarves, giants, or any of the other classic fantasy D&D races. For hundreds of years, tribal warfare has taken place between the different animal folk tribes. 30 years ago, a tribal peace treaty was signed. Representatives from all of the major animal folk tribes met in Rabbiton, a centrally located town in the desert near the middle of the continent. The representatives either were or became de facto leaders of each tribe. This treaty offered the opportunity to open trade lines between all of the tribes of the Primal Lands. It also helped integrate the peoples of the different tribes in the continent. Soldiers could fight alongside their once bitter rivals. Laborers could move around the continent in search of more lucrative work. Some areas became more prosperous based on the natural resources of that area or the ingenuity of their peoples, and other tribes struggled to adjust to the new political landscape. We begin our story on the edge of a dense rainforest jungle, rising out of the eastern banks of the Jade River in the far northwestern part of the Primal lands. We see a caravan of 2 covered wagons being pulled by horses, moving along a dirt path on the edge of the Jade River. On the lead cart, we see a grung warrior in the driver's seat. Grungs are a type of tree frog folk who mostly inhabit an area called the bog. This grung that's driving the cart in the front, we see a bow strapped over his back. He's draped in different various animal furs, and he's adorned with gold jewelry. He holds the reins and plods along. Right behind him, we see a bullywug, which is a large toad-like creature, driving the second cart, dressed in full plate armor with a great axe at his side. In the grass, just off of this path, we see a small fox person sitting in a clearing, boiling water for a bite to eat. Sam, describe what your character looks like for us.
You see ruddy brown-haired ears poking up above a well-manicured coat of fur, and as he turns around, you see these piercing black dot eyes with a red wreath iris around it that's at the same time inviting and a little bit, not intimidating, but intense. Very intense, yet inviting eyes. He wears a sly smile on his face and white fur on his neck and, inside of his paws and stuff like that. He's wearing a very dapper suit for being out in the middle of nowhere. And he's got a little tie, but like bolo tie sort of thing around his neck. He's wearing boots, unlike some of the less civilized animal folks. He's got boots on, and he's got a little cane sitting next to him. And if you look real closely, you'll notice a tiny little white head of a mouse poking out of his coat pocket. Did I ever say the word fox?
I said it, yeah. I think you did too. Yeah, you're a fox person. Or a fox folk or whatever. What are we going to call it?
Kitsune is what most people go with, from what I can tell.
Okay.
Even though that, brings up very specific spirit animal vibes.
Sam, you see the carts about 40 feet away from you and approaching you on the dirt road, kind of to your 10 o'clock. You're off in a clearing. They have not seen you yet.
Are they like closed carriages? Can I see what's inside of them?
They are closed carriages. Think like classic Western covered wagons.
Okay. Do they look like they might be someone wealthy?
You definitely notice. What is your passive perception, since they're not trying to hide or anything?
Pretty good.
I bet it is.
It's a 12.
It's a 12. Yeah, you definitely see that the guy in the front, the grung, the kind of more lithe tree folk looking ranger type, he's got like gold earrings on his ears. He's got gold bracelets, gold rings. He's definitely showing off a little bit of wealth.
I'll stand up and dust off of a hat and put the hat on and say, "We're up, Laurel," and step out in a little bit into the road and kind of wave my hand as if hailing a cab and be like, "Oh, excuse me.
Whoa,
fine folks.
Whoa.
Oh, apologies not to take up too much of your time here. I just couldn't help but notice on this dreary day we're having that you might need a little pick-me-up and thought I might offer my services."
So what's your name, stranger?
My name's Friendlin Cornelius, but my friends call me Freddy. If you don't mind, I'd love to give you and your lovely patrons here a little show. And as he says that, he flickers a little magic out of his fingertips, some little sparks up in the air.
Step aside. We're on official bog business.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't want to slow you down at all. And he kind of steps to the side and lets them start going.
They kind of start plodding along.
He says, but hold on. I do wonder, would you really want to tell your host that they missed out on an opportunity to meet the Friendlin Cornelius?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. As I do, I kind of like brush the hair out of my face and actually cast the cantrip Friends, which gives me advantage on all charisma checks directed at one creature of my choice that isn't hostile for up to a minute as long as I keep concentrating on it.
Okay, sick. Okay, yeah. So roll it with advantage.
Okay. Oh, thank good. One of them was a 1. The other was a 14 plus persuasion, so that's 17.
So the Grung, he stops the cart again, which causes the cart behind him to stop, and he kind of looks over at you and gives you a little bit of a sly smile, and he reaches his hand out like to pull you up on the cart with him.
Oh, excellent. I grab his hand.
Friendlin, was it? Name's Drop.
Drop?
This here is Narib, and you see a wizard-looking Grung poke his head out of the covered wagon that he's driving, and he's really wild-looking. He's got like almost looks like a shaman. He's got like dangly earrings and like feathers and
oh, nice.
like a colorful robe. He's very flamboyant, and he just kind of gives you a nod. He goes, "Friendlin, I like the cut of your jib. Hop on."
Oh, excellent. And he'll let go of the guy's hand that he was getting up on the front, and he'll go into the cabin and go to open the cabin up and get in.
That is unless, of course, you'd prefer to ride with Blep back there. And he motions to the bullywug, and he kind of like snickers.
No, it seems much more comfortable in here. And he'll duck in and take his hat off.
A civilized man, I see. And he gives a little pop
Is
of the
there anyone else
reins.
inside?
Nope,
or just
that's
the
it.
one guy?
Just the one guy back there, Narib.
He'll sit across from him.
He just kind of looks at you. He's kind of strange looking. He's like one of those tree frogs that has like the hypnotic eyes, you know, the weird kind of like spirally pupils. He's brightly colored. He's got purple spots, and he's a green tree frog with purple spots and these crazy eyes and all these strange adornments. And the cart start back up, and they start moving towards the path that leads right into a extremely thick, misty jungle.
After a minute, the driver is gonna realize that I used a magic spell,
Mm-hmm.
and it says that he might become hostile when he realizes that I used magic to influence his mood.
All right, so we're gonna cut over right now. We're gonna pan over deep into this same jungle, right at the edge of the Jade River. We see an area called the Jade Mists. It's a think Amazon rainforest. I mean, thick. You can barely cut your way through. You can't see more than 50 feet ahead of you. There is a dirt path that is cut, and right at the edge of the jungle, when the carts are approaching, we see 2 lit torches, and we're going to cut all the way deeper into this jungle, and we're going to see, shrouded in the mist, a beautifully constructed temple. It's got intricate carvings and drawings adorning its walls, mostly depicting great battles between tiger folk warriors and other tribes of animal folk from around the continent. Inside the walls of the temple, we see a large square courtyard. We see a group of tiger folk doing martial arts. We see several different small groups sparring in different parts of the courtyard, but right in the middle, we see a dozen more tiger folk doing synchronized routines as an old tiger man stands in front of them, hunched over, leaning on a whittled wooden cane. Think like a Master Splinter type character. He's a white Siberian tiger. He's got long whiskers. He gives an occasional whispered instruction as a mix of monks, fighters, and our second player, Seth, practice their martial arts. Seth, why don't you describe what your character looks like, what kind of gear he's got at the moment?
So he is large. He's not the largest that you see, but he is standing at an even 7 foot, weighing in at a brawny 245 pounds. He's not your standard tiger that you would think of when you think of the animal, but as a tiger folk that lives in the jungle, He is got a lot of black and a lot of deep brown hues to him, with a lighter streak of fur on his chest. He's wearing pretty simple barbarian style vest with just some pants on, and he's holding a little war pick hammer in his hand, and he's kind of just watching everybody spar. He's not engaged. He's thinking about what he's been tasked to do.
So as you sit on your mat, cross-legged in this courtyard, your teacher, the old white tiger that you see kind of instructing everyone, he slowly approaches you. He's kind of hunched over. He walks towards you slowly, and he places a hand on your shoulder. Phineas, to my chambers, please. And he starts to walk out of the courtyard to his office, basically, his room inside the temple.
Phineas, being very young, in his early 20s, kind of begrudgingly begins to follow, but at the same time you can tell he has an air of pure raw athleticism as he just glides behind his master while trying to seem indifferent.
So as you walk into your master's chambers, his name is Sterling the Tranquil. Which that was my Easter egg, because he's named in the same
Sterling the Tranquil
convention
Class. It's Seth style.
As Seth's style character. So Sterling the Tranquil, he walks in and you walk in behind him, and he shuts the door slowly. Everything he does is very slow and calculated. And he sits down cross-legged on his pillow. It's this kind of patchwork, like sari type pillow with all these different colors sewn together, and he drapes his small little splinter of a cane across his lap, and he speaks and he says, Phineas, times here in the village, in the Jade Mists, they've gotten tough, as you know. There's less food and supplies to go around. Our reputation as isolated warriors has hurt us now that trade routes have opened between the tribes around the continent. The times are dire. The rest of the villagers that we protect and provide for, they struggle to survive meal to meal, and supplies have gotten low. And there's a great city to the south in the desert called the Bog. It's a land of much different folk than you and I, a cold-blooded and amphibious folk. And they have sent a message to me and to the village that they're sending representatives here to the temple tomorrow to find warriors to join their great army that they're assembling in the Bog. It's a great opportunity for our village to keep us afloat. I know that we've mostly survived on our own here with the old ways, but it's something that I would like to ask of you. I would like you to represent the village. They have enough gold to send back to stock our entire temple, as well as help the others in town. They will pay you a living wage as well, and I think it gives you an opportunity with your unique gifts to represent our people. I know that you've always had a little bit of an anger issue, but I believe that as you grow older in these experiences, you can harness this anger and this rage to be a fine soldier and represent all of us here. And as he says that, you know, obviously you have a lot of respect for this guy. I mean, you kind of live in this society where you have elders and this and that. And as he speaks, he stands up and he walks over to a shelf behind him. And you see that he grabs an item.
This whole time, Phineas has just been doing just kind of low growl grunts and recognition, and now he's kind of got one of his ears tweaked over, and he's got his cat eyes looking. He's like, "What the hell's this old man doing?"
So you see that he stands up and he grabs this item, and it's something that you know well in this village. He grabs this 7-foot long war pick, and it's made of polished iron. The head of the pick is shaped exactly like a giant tiger's paw. It has 4 talons sharpened coming out on one end. The back is a rounded, blunted end. And the paw and the pole are inlaid with gold trimmings. So you've got gold tiger stripes running around the pole and running all around the fist of the pick. And the pads that would be the pads of the foot are made of these giant green inlaid jade gems. I mean, this thing is beautiful, and you recognize it. It's like something that gets passed down throughout the chiefs of your tribe. So Sterling the Tranquil, I mean, he's had this thing for as long as you've been alive. You're a younger member of the village, and he continues to speak, and he walks over to you and says, "And as a symbol of your sacrifice and your dedication to the village, I want you to take this with you." And he hands it to you.
And it's like Phineas hadn't heard anything he said. He's just like,
So this thing is a 2-handed war pick. It is a 1d12 of damage, but it does have some special things about it. It is a magical weapon. It's not a +1 weapon, but it's a magical weapon. It radiates a sort of magical green energy from the green gems that are inlaid into the paw. And it also gives you the ability, because of the shape, to choose whether you would like to do piercing damage or bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
So basically, when you make an attack, you're able to either whip it around to kind of the back end of the paw and give a bludgeon shot, or slash with the which, I don't know if that should, maybe that, I think with a war pick, I think actually not piercing damage. I think we're going to call that slashing damage because of the way that the movement of the weapon. Yeah.
All the war picks are piercing.
Piercing? Okay. Well then, okay, let's go with piercing. So either piercing or bludgeoning.
Okay. She's just sitting there holding it, just kind of, you can tell his eyes have switched to full-on combat mode. He's taken on 17 enemies at once in his brain right now. He doesn't even know where he's at.
Spinning around, he's fantasizing like
he's just a full-on little kid with a new toy. Phineas is borderline an idiot, but he is a combat master. He knows how to kill people every way you can kill them, but he has no idea what anybody's talking about half the time.
Yeah. We cut back over and we see Sam's character, Prindolin, sitting in the back of the covered cart with Narib, and Durop, as he drives the cart, he leans back and kind of opens the cart and says, "So, what brings you to this area, boy?"
"Oh, I'm just a humble traveler going around trying to delight and entertain."
And I think your minute has passed as we've cut back.
Yeah, you can see just ever so slightly a little bead of sweat forming on the brow of Frendolin as he knows the time is running out.
Your cart kind of trudges along through the jungle, and Durop, the driver, he realizes that maybe he was tricked, but he doesn't quite show his cards. He leans back towards you again and says, "And where did you say you were from again, or did you?"
"Oh, I don't believe we got through all of the formalities. I'm from a land far, far from here, but I haven't been home in 10 years or more."
Well, there's not a lot of places to go around here. We're headed into the forest looking for some temple or something. So why don't you just keep your hands to yourself back there, and we should be arriving any time now. And you just when we arrive, we'll go our separate ways. Does that sound fair?
That sounds delightful. It's an honor to be in such wonderful company.
Indeed. You as well. He turns back around and continues to drive, and we see this cart pull out of this dense, foggy jungle and pull into a small village.
You see Laurel kind of scutter back around from he had gotten like really close to the driver, and he like scuttles back around and runs up Frendelin's leg, the little mouse.
And you see just this kind of shabby village. It's got thatch roofed huts made from mud. You see different animals rummaging about. You see some tropical bird people, like toucan people and parrot people. You see some snake people kind of slithering around, lifted up on their haunches and interacting. And you see children playing and this sort of thing. And you could tell that this is a poorer town. People are mostly dressed in rags, and you see up ahead of you the only major structure in town. You see this beautiful temple. Picture kind of Indiana Jones, Mayan temple style. Durop, he exclaims, "This must be where we were headed."
Not exactly the bog, is it?
And that's where we'll call it for now.
All right. Fun little intro. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Phineas is excited too. He's gonna just start sticking this thing into people.
Just start wailing.
I'm
Just start
super excited
wailing.
about the way that thing
Wailing
looks.
and flailing.
Oh man, that's great.
So it's 7 feet long. Does that mean it has a 7 foot reach?
No,
Kidding.
no.
Kidding.
5 foot reach.
What's this weapon called?
Actually, why don't you help me name it? I haven't even thought about it.
The Jade Claw.
Jade Claw. Okay, let's do the Jade Claw. I'll make it as a homebrew item and give it to you.
Okay.
Is this gonna be a, super deadly campaign? Is it gonna be more story driven? That sort of thing.
I guess story driven. I wouldn't be able to put a descriptor on it. It's going to have a little bit of everything.
Well, let me ask: how hard are you gonna be trying to kill us? Like, how much should we be min-maxing our characters just to stay alive?
I'm more interested in the story when it comes to that part.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm more interested in the flavor, pick things that make sense, and I'll scale the enemies.
Are we going to get into like politics and stuff? I know we've talked a little bit about these Primal Lands things and whatnot.
It'll be like our campaign. It'll be like the Unstable Evolution campaign.
Just
as far as structure,
a little bit of everything.
I would expect a fight or two every session. Mix.
Yeah. Okay. The Pathfinder campaign I'm playing in right now, we're probably 10 sessions in, and I think we've had 2 combats.
Just like Unstable Evolution, it's going to start small and scale, but then increase as time goes. Like as far as like where y'all go, what you do. Because I want it to be somewhat realistic. Like as level 1 characters, you're grunts basically.
Right. Kind of classic fantasy adventure sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, I got to go to bed.
Good night. I'm excited.
Night. Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I think it'll be fun.
All right, good deal. I can't wait to see what happens when these 2 characters get into combat.
I am so fascinated.
It's gonna be awesome.
I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go well.
Sam, the wizard, and Seth, the barbarian.
Ooh, I'm a wizard. Like Sam.
You're a wizard, Sam.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the same. Yeah, there you go.
Know, you need that second.
Yeah, need a second syllable.
You're a wizard, Sammy.
No, salami.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week to find out what happens to our party. Join us at patreon.com/lootdummies to listen to these episodes significantly earlier and get other goodies, including 3D printed miniatures and access to our Discord.